We recently visited Zagreb, Croatia's capital city. Zagreb is full of interesting history, beautiful sights, and quirky museums. It is also full of great food. One of the must-eat dishes in Zagreb is burek, a cheese and meat-filled phyllo pastry from Ottoman origins. We've eaten a ton of burek in Turkey, and we're excited to try the Croatian version. We've even heard that in Croatia, burek is often used as a metaphor for the country's complex history and identity, with some saying that the layers of the burek represent the different cultures that have shaped Croatia over the centuries. We tried a number of great bureks in Zagreb, and now we're back in our Airbnb's kitchen, and we're going to attempt to make this ourselves. Stay tuned to learn how to make your own burek at home. Welcome to Turks Who Eat. We're Alex and Mehmet, a couple who loves to travel and eat. We also bring our dog, Bindi, along with us for as many adventures as possible. We love traveling, and eating local foods tends to be the highlight of our travels. We love to discover the local dishes and learn how to make them ourselves. Follow along with us as we explore the world, discover local foods, and attempt to recreate them. We're going to make a Croatian version of burek today, filled with meat, cheese, and potatoes. To make the burek, you'll need 1 package of phyllo dough. Remember to take this out to thaw at room temperature for 1 to 2 hours before you're going to use it. 1 pound of ground beef, an onion, 1 to 2 potatoes, feta cheese, an egg, and some salt and pepper. You can add in other spices and seasonings that you like, but since we're cooking in our Airbnb kitchen with what we have available, we're keeping it very simple. To begin, bring a pot of water to a boil. Peel your potatoes and then add them to the water to boil until they are soft. I'm only using 1 potato here since it's a pretty good size, but if your potatoes are a bit smaller, go ahead and use 2. Remove your potatoes from the boiling water and set them aside to cool. Next, dice your onion into small pieces. Add a small amount of oil to a pan on medium-high heat. Then add the beef and saute it for a few minutes. When it starts to get some color, add the onion. Continue to cook the beef and onion until the beef is browned and cooked through. Then, add the beef mixture to a large bowl. Add the cooked potato to the same bowl, and break it up into small pieces and combine it with the beef. If your mixture is steaming hot, allow it to cool down for a few minutes. Then, add the feta cheese. Admittedly, this mixture isn't the prettiest looking thing right now, but we promise it's going to taste delicious. Stir it all together, and then you're ready to work with your phyllo. Take 1 sheet of phyllo dough and lay it flat. Sprinkle a bit of water on both sides of the phyllo dough. It should be lightly moistened, but not so wet that you can't easily work with it. After sprinkling the water over your phyllo sheet, place a generous amount of the filling along the bottom edge, leaving enough space at the bottom to be able to roll it up. Now for the tricky part. Carefully roll your burek up into a log shape. Then, place it on a baking sheet and roll the log inside itself to form a spiral shape. Repeat this with your additional phyllo and filling, rolling each additional log up next to the original one. At the end, if you have a couple of cracks, you can just patch them up with some additional dough. Then, make an egg wash by combining 1 egg with a tablespoon of water and brush it on top of the burek. This is one of those times when we have to be creative with what we have. This kitchen doesn't have a brush, so we're kind of just using our fingers to apply the egg wash. Bake the burek at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 40 minutes until it is golden brown. Remove it from the oven and allow it to cool for at least 15 minutes before slicing and serving. The finished burek is crunchy, cheesy, and the meat and potato filling makes it a very satisfying snack. Honestly, burek is just so good, and the two of us could finish this whole thing if we wanted. We hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe to see where we're cooking next.